Take that. Look, they look like peas floating in gravy. Huh. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Seems like only last week I was doing this. Actually, I was brewing my version of Panhead supercharger. It's now time to dry hop it. Anyway, speaking of Panhead, it's his 2-year anniversary coming up. So Mike gave me a ring a while back and said, oh, you better come up and do a little bit of video. You know, sort of every year do a little bit of video. Oh, how many of those have I had? Every year do a little bit of video at Panhead on their anniversary, just to sort of see how big they've grown. Wow, they're getting big. Mike is doing 1 million litres a year now, and he has plans to he's already extended the brewery, but he has plans to build a bigger brewery and to be pumping out 10 million litres a year. It's a lot of beer. I'm sure we can all help and pitch in to meet the quota and drink it. Easy peasy. But yeah, anyway, it is dry hopping time. So I have some dry hops that have been sitting in the fermentation fridge for the past week. Week and a bit. Week is Tuesday. Week and a bit. And now it's time to dry hop it with some Citra, some Amarillo, and some Simcoe. Alright, so let's get this into the beer. Boom, 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 boom. Just there. There you go. Take that. Look, they look like peas floating in gravy. Huh. Cool. What else has been happening? Not a lot. Be planning a brew day this Sunday, hopefully. As long as Claire comes up with a good recipe. Speaking of recipes, thank you everybody for commenting on the last video. Now, as you're aware, on my last video I announced a competition. Well, sort of a competition, you know, sort of a tell me what to brew sort of scenario, where you come up with the idea and I brew it, and then I'll send you a bottle. Well, one of the things that I said to do was, if you liked the idea as one of the comments, vote it and give it the old thumbs up so it goes up in the comment list. And the one that gets the most votes is the one that I'll brew. And of course, I'll send the person that made the original comment a bottle of the beer, and then I'll pick 2 random people that did the thumbs up to vote it up one of the beers as well. Unfortunately, in YouTube, you don't know who thumbed up. So if you thumbed up a video, please go back to the last week's video. It'll be in this little box here. Click on that and go and see the comment that you gave the vote for and write a comment. Just put a reply comment to that comment, and then I'll know that you voted for it. And then you'll go into the draw to get one of the bottles if it's the one that wins. But cheers everybody for comments, recipes. Oh, recipes. Ooh, I've got some good recipes there. I might have to brew a couple of these, but I will pick the one that gets voted the highest. But some of the recipes that people have sent through, hell yeah, I'll definitely brew those, and I'll endeavour, if I brew it, to get a bottle over to you to thank you for the recipe. Alright, nothing else much is happening here. Got my dry hopping done, I've got my chicken in the oven, got my salad made, so all that's really left for me to do tonight is to edit up this video, eat my dinner, drink some beer, go to sleep. Stuff that's coming up, Pacific Beer Expo. That's an annual event that happens every year, because it's annual, in Wellington, and it's beers from the Pacific Rim. So any sort of country that pokes its toes into the Pacific Ocean can put a beer into it. So there's some interesting beers, you know, California, Japan, and it's hosted by Beers Without Borders, Hashigo Sake. Beers Without Borders is the importing arm behind Hashigo Sake, which is the cult beer club. Now, if you've never been to Wellington and you've never been to Hashigo Sake and you're a craft beer drinker, I suggest you get yourself on a plane, train, automobile or bicycle and come to Wellington and go to Hashigo Sake, because there are some amazing beers there. Better still, come to Pacific Beer Expo this weekend. Short notice, I know, but hey, walk in, taste a beer and go, oh my god, this is an interesting beer. Some of the beers will be on at Hashigosaki afterwards, and later on through the week if they have some spare kegs. So if you're worried about missing out because you can't get to Pacific Beer Expo, keep an eye on the Hashigosaki site because you might see some of those beers sort of pop up. Anyway, that's enough about that. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'll take the camera along, well, the phone along, because I'm using my phone to do my cameraing. Using my phone to do my cameraing. Got to go back to school and learn better English. Anyway, cheers. Have yourself another one.